All right, so now we're going to look at combining distributed property and combining like terms. So first things first, we're still always going to start by looking for subtraction. So for this example, we would write this as 3m plus -2, and then I'm going to put a 1 in front of that m, just makes it easier to operate later, then plus -5. All right, so we cannot start with addition. We have to start with the distributive property because multiplication comes first. We have 2 touching the parentheses. We're going to be multiplying this by both terms inside our parentheses that are grouped together. This term out here is not in or touching the parentheses, so it's just going to come down for our next step. All right, so we have -2m plus 1m, which is -2m, plus -2 times -5 is +10. Notice that this -2 is no longer there. I multiplied it by both of these terms, so I don't need to rewrite it in my next step. Once I've used it, it doesn't come down. That's how we're simplifying. So it's already in the correct order where our like terms are beside each other. And since there's no parentheses and it's all addition, that means we can go ahead and start combining those like terms. So 3m plus -2m, 3 plus -2, different signs subtract, more positives. So we can write that as a 1m plus 10 doesn't have anything to combine with, so it's going to stay 10. You could also simplify this further by writing it as m plus 10, since we know that there's an assumed 1 in front of a variable if it does not have a coefficient. All right, so this is where we have the extra term in the front. Here's an example where it's in the back. So we do have subtraction in this problem, so we need to rewrite. So this becomes 6 times 2x plus 5. Instead of minus 13x, it's going to become plus a -13x. All right, so the distributed property is the number touching the parentheses and the terms inside the parentheses. So we're going to distribute 6 times 2x, which is 12x, plus 6 times 5, which is 30. And then we're just going to bring this down for the next step. Since it was not inside the parentheses, we're not going to multiply it by the 6. Our like terms are not side by side in this example, so let's rewrite this as 12x plus -13x plus 30. We're allowed to do that because it's all addition. We can rearrange it. We got like terms here, different signs, subtract, more negatives. So this is a -1x plus 30 doesn't have any like terms, so it's going to stay 30. Once again, I could simplify this further as being -x plus 30, but either answer would be appropriate.